King J, back with another video. Listen, this content creator deserves way more subscribers. We're gonna be talking about Terry Bogard's moveset, and it's done by none other than Shin. So make sure you lot go subscribe. His channel is gonna be in my description. So we're gonna react to what he thinks the moveset's gonna be. Let's go.
What it do? What Kensu here? So as we all know, Terry Bogard is coming to Street Fighter 6. You know, I got to thinking, how would Terry actually play in Street Fighter 6? Took me some time to make this, and I thought this would be a really fun video. So before we get into it though, make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Go subscribe, man.
Hit that notification bell to stay up to date with everything and anything going on this channel. With that being said, let's cut into the video and let's take a look and see what Terry would play like.
Even when Terry got announced, I was surprised, boy.
All right, so
look at that.
We got Terry's DLC outfits. So for costume 2, we have
that transition. Nah, listen. Wait. That transition was too hard.
We got Terry's
That's on the beat where it just dropped. Listen to the beat. It just drops, and it's like doof.
DLC outfits. So for costume 2,
I don't even think he knew. Nah, he probably did.
Clearly for promotion of the game, which obviously makes perfect sense. And then after that,
I think this. I don't really think the King of Fighters 14 fit. It was popular, so I don't think we're gonna get that. But I definitely think we're gonna get the Garrow fit because of the new game, Garrow City of the Wolves.
That would be his King of Fighters 14 fit, which is a slight variation of his main. So I think it's different enough to include into the game. Now, of course, with a new DLC character comes a new stage.
Yep.
And what better stage than Terry's classic Fatal Fury 2 stage?
I agree. This stage is sick. If they bring this stage in, that would be so sick. I don't know if they're gonna bring Fatal Fury stages over to Street Fighter 6, but if they do, this stage is sick.
West Albuquerque. Since the most recent update, Capcom has allowed you to select new music for your character while you're playing in fights. So these are some songs I think that embody the essence of the Fatal Fury series.
New music from Fatal Fury. I don't think we're gonna get. Maybe, I don't know. Potentially. Yep. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hey. Da 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 da. Hey, yeah, London March. We're probably gonna get that as well. Jeez, yeah. You look at the stage. Like this is like old school. 1996, 1997, 1996. I think this game was. Like all that machinery just working in the background. Sick. Oh, I love this theme song. This is from Sakaku. Fatal Fury 3. I love this song. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hey, yeah, this song is hard. Not really a big fan of Rick. Is it Rick Strud? I can't remember his name, but he's like one of the newcomers from the Real Battlefield 3 2. I'm not really a big fan of this song though. It's kind of like the 1998 type of King of Fighters songs.
All right, here's just a quick glance of what I think his battle intro, victory screens, and his overall win screen
okay,
like in Street Fighter 6.
Sick. But Terry Bogard's been in a lot of games, boy.
Let's take a look at what I think Terry would have for his drive system. So here, first off, we have his.
I agree. I think that would be his drive impact.
Power charge animation. And next up, we have his drive reversal, which would be his close.
Wait, did he just add to the effect? That's nice. I didn't even clock. He added the charge effect. That's like pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
First off, we have his DI.
I like that.
Which is essentially would be his power charge animation.
This video is so sick.
And next up, we have his drive reversal, which would be his close C from previous KOF games. And lastly, a quick look at his drive run.
Nah, do you know what I think? And that was sick as well.
And next
I think he's standing CD, that roundhouse kick will be his drive reversal.
Drive reversal, which would be
I don't think it'll be close. don't think it'll be close to you. I think it'll be the roundhouse kick he does from CD attack.
Previous KOF games.
From the KOF games.
And lastly, a quick look at his drive rush.
That's sick. That's really sick.
Now that we already covered all this, let's give Terry some normals, some special moves, and some supers. But I want to put a quick little disclaimer here before we get into it. Keep in mind that Terry had no medium buttons in the
Yeah, in Fatal Fury, it's a 4-button game. It's not 6 buttons like Street Fighter 6.
Fatal Fury series. So we're gonna have to give him some normals, right? Let's get right into it. Let's get into his normals. So his standing light punch, nothing too crazy to talk about here, just a standard jab. We have his stand medium punch. We're gonna take this animation straight from City of the Wolves, and we're gonna actually add something to this later on. So we'll revisit this normal later on in the video. Next up, we'll have his standing heavy punch. Pretty much in line with all the Shotos. Again, nothing too crazy. All right, next up we have standing light kick, standard. Next up is that medium kick. It'd be a great poke for him to use in the neutral game.
I think it'll be more mid
part of the opponent
than a high attack.
All right, next up we have Terry's standing heavy kick.
That's what I think is going to be the drive reversal. Something similar to that.
And this would be a pretty good addition. And
was that an overhead? So what? Do you reckon Terry Bogard will have an overhead in Street Fighter 6? I think he will. Imagine if he had a drive reversal overhead. That would be silly.
Terry's standing heavy kick.
Don't rule it out though.
And this would be a pretty good addition. And all around have a good poke that over profiles, low attacks. All right, next up we got his crouching normals. We got crouching light. Again, not too crazy here. Standard jab. Crouching medium punch, which is his crouching heavy punch.
And I think he's gonna have like probably an uppercut one,
counter poke for him
like
in the
that.
neutral game. All right, next up we got his crouching heavy
Yeah,
punch.
yeah.
So I figured this would be great for him to use as just a regular anti-air. So I think he would get a lot of utility out of this. All right, next up we got his crouching light kick.
Yep.
Standard low, nothing too crazy. All right, so next up we have his
Right
crouching
kick.
medium kick here.
Yep.
This essentially will be his low forward to like counter poke with or just check lows. We have Terry's sweep or crouching heavy kick. So we're taking this one straight from City of the Wolves because I think this fits him a lot more and I think will serve as a better sweep than his old sweep from previous games. Nothing too crazy to say here. It's just a sweep attack. We have jumping light. I think this will be a great air-to-air all around one of Terry's.
I didn't think about you jumping lights,
to have in all games. Next up we have jumping medium punch.
But imagine doing that in the neutral.
Air to air. Next up we got jumping heavy punch. So yeah, nothing too crazy here. Standard stuff. All right, then we have this jumping light kick. You can use this jumping knee as a cross-up attack because you gotta have a cross-up in Street Fighter. You just gotta have it. Moving on from there, we got jumping medium kick. I felt like this could also serve as a pretty decent cross-up because Shotos, all for the most part, tend to have jump light kick and then jumping medium kick as cross-ups. So I figured, why not let Terry fall in line with that as well? All right, and lastly, we got a jumping heavy kick. We're taking this also once again from City of the Wolves. Once again, just like his jumping heavy punch, nothing too crazy, pretty standard stuff here. All right, so now that we've gotten through all those normals, we're gonna cut into Terry's command normals. And first up, we're gonna go with forward and heavy punch.
That's like Guile's back
Making
fist.
it +2 would be okay. Nothing too crazy there. I know Guile's +3, but he is a zoner and he does need that. But this is Terry we're talking about here. Back heavy kick. And I think this will serve great for a meaty attack. Pretty much similar to like how Bison is right now. And Bison can use back heavy kick for plus range. It'd be the same for Terry. I would just give it like +1. Nothing too wild. And
Look at the pushback in King of Fighters 15.
So I did mention that I would revisit his stand medium punch.
It's definitely going to be standing medium punch. Probably like back medium punch, heavy punch, or something like that.
Heavy punch, standard target combo similar to Ken and or Kimberly. He does have this in City of the Wolves and in Mark of the Wolves, so it only makes sense to bring that target combo here into Street Fighter 6.
That's interesting.
Now that we got all the normals out the way, let's take a look at his special moves.
QCF
so
power
first
wave.
up, Terry's Fireball, Power Wave, standard Fireball. Again, nothing too crazy here.
No fireball.
I think to make it fair for Street Fighter, we'd make it hit mid-high, so it will clash with Hadoukens. The EX or OD version, if you will just do multiple hits. Again, nothing too crazy. And next up on the move list is Burn Knuckle, essentially his palm strike like Jamie. The OD version of Burn Knuckle would cause a wall bounce, very much akin to Ryu's Donkey Kick, or Jodan, if you will, where it can get a wall bounce anywhere and then continue confirming. That'd be really great for Terry to have. All right, next up, another signature move here from Terry is this crack shot. This move is just standard for Terry. It's a cool little hop kick here. You can make it over profile.
Definitely gonna have that.
So it has two options to do that. Maybe give him a combo on punish counter. The EX version of crack shot, I would make overhead similar to KOF 15. Nothing too crazy, just an overhead. All right, next up we have rising tackle. So this would be
that would definitely be a DP motion
move, or essentially his dragon punch. Yeah, it's just a DP. We could make it super cancelable into, you know, level 3s, which would be okay. Which would be
we can't have that in Street Fighter.
Too bad. All right, so next up on a special move kit, we got Power Dunk. Despite looking like an anti-air, would not function like an anti-air. Instead, this will function more as a pressure tool for Terry by way of a mechanic known as break canceling. Break canceling,
this being cancelled would be sick.
City of the Wolves and Mark of the Wolves, and essentially what this would do.
But imagine him doing that in combos. Shoulder cancel, shoulder cancel.
To continue pressure.
Jeez.
Now, in my design doc, the way I have it here is that only the heavy version and the EX version would be allowed to be break cancelable. And lastly, on Terry's special move list would be Power Charge. Essentially, Power Charge would be Terry's Rekkas featured in City of the Wolves.
Yeah, I love this like Rekkas that he has. That'd be sick if you seen
Terry's Super Arts. First up on the Super Arts is the classic Power Geyser. Next up, this is the super. This is the super of all supers for
what if that's like a level 3?
Buster Wolf. So, Buster Wolf, this would be Terry's anti-projectile super. So people are gonna have to be really careful throwing out those fireballs. Last up on Terry's Super Arts is Super Art 3. It's something I call Rev Ignition. Rev Ignition is essentially a play on words and a homage to City of the Wolves' Rev system. This level 3 will function similar to Jamie's, where you'll be able to land the level 3, but now you have access to the City of the Wolves mechanics, and then afterwards you'd be allowed to continue juggling them.
It's pretty interesting.
It's something like a combo similar to what we have here on the screen. At the end of your combo during Rev Ignition, you'll be able to do a super ender, what I have here, Grand Slam. Essentially, this is akin to DJ's level 2, where you have two options to end the level 2 super, but for Terry, you'd only have one. And lastly, we have Terry's critical art, Overkill Geyser. Now this we're just gonna completely take from City of the Wolves because this is just a really cool ass animation, and I think it worked really great in Street Fighter 6.
That looks so sick.
All right, now that we've gotten through all these normal special moves, supers, intro screens, and all the other good stuff, let's get to the real nitty gritty, the game plan.
Jeez, now with a sick transition. Let's go.
In the neutral game, Terry will rely on using Power Wave to work his way in and be able to also fight projectile wars. Additionally, when playing neutral and poking your opponent, I can see Terry relying on, first and foremost, standing medium kick for general poking, then standing heavy punch and crouching medium punch for counter poking, and then crouching medium kick to gain access to the drive rush cancel meta on crouching medium kicks. Now while playing neutral, Terry would have access to two major anti-air options, and those two options would be crouching heavy punch and rising tackle. Two very easy to use options that I think any player can get into. If Terry finds himself having too much trouble dealing with projectiles, the player will have access to Super R2, Buster Wolf, which will allow Terry to have a way in and do damage and start up pressure.
You know what?
Now speaking of pressure, when up close and personal,
this string is gonna be a problem.
Medium punch and his target combo alongside back heavy kick. Now the target combo will work great with drive rush to open up more doors to frame traps, similar to Kimberly.
Yep.
Meanwhile, back heavy kick would work as one of his best meaty attacks on the opponent's wake up. Now, if Terry was to have the opponent in burnout, I could see him taking advantage of the power charge record string to put pressure on the opponent and dish out chip damage at the same time. So one of the things I see that's really cool for his game as well is that Terry's Super R3 could be a primary focus in the later rounds to be able to play to both the Street Fighter 6 system and the City of the Wolves Rev system. So, you know, he kind of gets the best of both worlds, even though it may just be a combo.
Do you know what I like about this video the most is that there's so much breakdowns. There's like his breakdown of his special moves, his normal moves, his critical art, like, you know, the music that they might even add into the game. Like, there's so much of a breakdown, and there's so much like timeless music from SNK that they've released. I really do enjoy this video. I think this video is such a, like, it's a 10 out of 10 video that I ain't seen a good video like this year come out of any FGC channel. And I think this one, it's really just like, there's a lot of thought process by it. I really like it.
It's still kind of like, you know, a nice little homage. And naturally, of course, if his HP is too low, he will not have access to that. Instead, he'll just have his CA Overkill Geyser, which would do the trick anyway, again, similar to Jamie. Alright, and pretty much for the Avengers endgame here for this, I could see Terry as a pretty well-rounded character for Street Fighter 6 in my mind. And while this is essentially a design document in video form, it'd be pretty cool if some of this was actually accurate on his full release. I'm not gonna lie, but who knows? I mean, either way, I'm excited to play Terry on release, and I cannot wait to hit the lab with this guy because I love this character, man. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and comment below.
Do that.
And while you're at it, let me know what you guys see Terry doing in Street Fighter 6.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that video is a double W video. Like, just the thought process of it. I think one thing I will say is I do think Terry's gonna come out not after. I don't think he will come out like, you know, in this month. Obviously we have Evo happening, but I don't think he's even gonna come out in August. I probably think he'll come out in September because Bison just came out recently. Do you know what I mean? So I think that we're probably gonna get him around. Not this month. Yeah, 3 months. In 3 months, I think we'll get Terry maybe like the end of September. Maybe, I don't know. If I'm a betting man, I would say the end of September. But yeah, this video is amazing, man. Shout out to Shin Kensu. Go check out his channel. Remember to subscribe. Other than that, it's been your boy King J signing out. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.